Hey everyone, Jim Fisher here, founder of Juicebox. Excited to be speaking to one of our clients, Ian, today about his journey thus far with Juicebox. Thanks for joining us, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Jim.
Awesome. Well, let's start out with a quick introduction. Obviously, we know your name's Ian, but who are you? Like, where are you from? How long you been in the industry? Maybe what licenses do you hold? Or
Yeah, so I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Been working in the financial planning world for about 4 years now. I work for a brokerage called Security Benefits Center here. Started off as just a life and health agent and noticed focusing on Medicare, noticed a lot of opportunity for people and a lot of times where people were complaining about paying taxes, too many taxes in retirement. So figured out that was a problem pretty early on and wanted to figure out a solution for people in the future and how to prevent that for not only myself, but everybody we came across. Big time hockey fan, love living in the cold. Couldn't imagine living anywhere other than Michigan. But
awesome.
yeah, I'm life, health, home and auto, and I'm working to get my Series 65. So that's the next step.
Independent advisory representative, right? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, where were you at in your business, when you decided to work with Juicebox? Like, what was business like up until that point? And, what made you decide to, add Juicebox to your toolbox?
Yeah, Juicebox helped kind of launch us into the next status or the next realm of the financial planning. Before we were focusing primarily on Medicare, and then when a case would come around where you'd find out somebody was complaining about taxes, you talk about how you can prevent that in the future, and they'd bring us their kids or their grandkids and kind of have us chat about it with them. We didn't have too many qualified leads. We purchased leads here and there through different lead vendors and nothing really connected. We never really stuck with the platform and nothing really worked as well as what Juicebox has done. It was pretty much just when you stumble upon a case, you grab it. Otherwise, it was Medicare and health insurance was primary for a while.
Got it. And so, I mean, like, I guess for the people that are watching this, it probably wasn't the smallest financial decision you ever made to invest in, our program and work with us. Obviously you talked a little bit about, the lead component. I know you also heavily leveraging our sales process and system in conjunction with the leads. Why did you decide to make such a significant investment? Why was either it the right time, or was this a worthy investment for you?
Definitely was a worthy investment. It just
In
kind of right.
hindsight,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
it's always,
But at that moment, if you could go back to that moment, like, why did you have enough belief in yourself? Is in what you saw thus far? Like, take me there. Cause I think that's what a lot of people struggle with. Maybe they've been burned before. They've tried other things, maybe certain things that sound similar. So why in that moment did you say, I'm all in, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, so two reasons. Number one was we had another agent in the office that was working with Juicebox, and we saw the success that he was going through, and it was pretty easy to see something work and hop on that train. But more importantly, it was the action-based guarantee. As you're guaranteed that you're going to return, there is no opportunity for loss as long as you put in the work and you're willing to have that passion, that drive for improving and growing your business. You can't fall short because of the guarantee. So it was just like a TFRA, low risk, high reward potential. So kind of a no-brainer.
Got it. Yeah, I appreciate that. So what type of results have you been able to achieve? Like, help us quantify, when you just add up your commissions and maybe even your pending business, what have you been able to achieve thus far?
Yeah, so far I've got about 20 cases in underwriting. Now I've had 7 or 8 approved since. Took a little bit to kind of perfect the sales process as it always does, but first commission check came through was right around $25,000, and I've got about 90,000 in underwriting right now through those 20 other apps. So 2 of which actually were approved today. So that's good news. We're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. So, 25 public math, $115,000 in what is your just over 2 months? Are you getting close to 3? Where are you at with your timeline with us thus far?
Yeah, just actually the 27th will be my 3-month anniversary. So we're
Okay. Oh, so like 5 days from now.
yep.
Awesome. And I mean, before you worked with Juicebox, you said you were doing Medicare. What would you like compare and contrast? What did you see the best year that either you had or that you were on pace to do, income wise with what you were doing Medicare? And then I guess contrast that. What do you think you'll do when you've, run a full year or 12 months inside this system and process? How do you think those two differ?
Sure. Yeah. So a great year for Medicare for me was the goal was to be at $110,000 in commission.
And you were doing that?
No, I was on pace to do that last year. Fell kind of short towards the end, but this year started off, and it was when we were heavily focused on it, was on pace for that. Juicebox, obviously, we've already knocked that number out of the park. For me, from here moving forward, is I'd like to, by the end of next year, be well into the six figures with renewals from my Medicare book of business, and then supplement. If I could do another 200,000 in commission with Juicebox, I would be pretty happy with that. That would be.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what you've been able to accomplish in 90 days, it seems quite reasonable, because if you just pace that out, right, you're looking at $300,000 to $400,000 conservatively in that's that part of your business. And so that would be, so I like it. Like 200,000 would be great. We see it happen all the time. I think you're going to actually, knock that out of the park. I feel like when you have that base of Medicare business, if you maintain that and this other, part of your business driving, retirement income strategies using life and annuity, right? You're really looking at, I think, being a $500,000 a year earner. That's got to be a pretty good place to be in Michigan. It certainly is here in Tennessee. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you say? Go ahead. You were saying.
So the wife's pretty happy about it too. So
that's great. Well, I mean, this is another serendipitous question. Did you have to convince her to make such an investment in your business? Was that part of your process, or she was just like, I believe in you, let's go?
Yeah, it was more of the latter than the former. And we had a conversation about it, because obviously it is a monthly expense, and Medicare is a little bit, the juice isn't really as fruitful for per sale, I guess you say, that the commissions that
you build up a nice residual business, but it becomes somewhat of a hamster wheel, and it can't get as big without a lot of infrastructure, right?
Right. Yeah. So once I showed her kind of the program, and then we actually sat down and talked to the other agent that was using it, using Juicebox. Once we saw the fruits of their labor and how it would work, she basically asked me why I wasn't doing this 2 years ago. I've been doing Medicare for 2.5 years.
Wow. That's a great vote of confidence. My final question then is, what would you say to someone who, may be looking for a solution, maybe stuck on the Medicare train, wants to move into more of this retirement income, some of the scenarios that you were in, or, maybe they've been burned before and they're considering, a solution like Juicebox. What would you say to them?
Again, based on the action-based guarantee, if you've got the hunger and you have the drive to succeed and grow your business as quickly as possible, nobody wants to work into their 60, 70, everybody wants to retire early. This is an opportunity for you that I haven't seen before. Nobody in our office we've got financial professionals in our office that have been doing it for 15, 20 years. Nobody's seen the results that Juicebox has been able to bring. I say if you have even a second thought about dipping your toe in the pool, jump in head first. You won't regret it, as long as the work is put in. You're going to enjoy, and you're going to thank yourself in the future.
That's awesome. If you believe in yourself, then you should just take action, right? I think that's kind of my summary of that. And it's interesting how many people, for as much as I'm humbled and honored that, hardworking agents and professionals like yourself praise us for the system that we built and what we were able to achieve. What is most interesting, I think more important than the system and the leverage, is the attitude that is consistent with those who get the best results, which is personal responsibility and personal belief, right? That's why your wife said, why aren't you doing this already? Why haven't you been doing this? It's why you went all in, because we said, if you have joint accountability with us, right? If you put in your part, we'll do our part. and we guarantee we'll win. But to do that, you have to say, I believe in myself, I will do the work. And
Right.
if you're going to work with me, then we can make it happen. And we have, and I'm so excited about, what the rest of this year will bring, and continue to work with you, because you do put in the work, and it makes our efforts of the continuing optimizing our system and training and support of agents like you, it makes it so much more rewarding, because that effort's reciprocated in what you use the system to do. So super exciting. Thanks so much for sharing today. I think it's gonna help some people, and keep squeezing the juice.
Will do. Thanks for your time.